Oversight begins for the state healthcare exchange. Good evening. This is CTV News. I'm Denise Douglas. The struggle to fix Maryland's problem-plagued healthcare website continues. Health officials spoke to a joint committee today in Annapolis on this issue. In March, the first healthcare enrollment period will end, so the state must decide if to continue trying to improve the website, abandon all or parts of it, and rely on the federal marketplace. The Secretary of Health says there is a lot to sort through in this issue.
The challenges associated with the IT shortcomings have been great, but we are proud of the work that the dedicated staff at the Health Department, DeWitt, the Exchange, and others have done to help as many Marylanders as possible. The frustrations we all share underscore the importance of access to health insurance. We are working to realize the full promise of the Affordable Care Act in Maryland, and we will continue to do everything we can to succeed.
About 150,000 people have signed up for insurance coverage through Maryland's exchange site so far. Meanwhile, lawmakers in Annapolis want answers on why a former health exchange director received multiple wage increases despite the failing online system. The Baltimore Sun reports that Rebecca Pierce was given 5 raises during her 27-month tenure. This includes one scheduled increase after she was allegedly forced to step down last December. When Pierce resigned, her salary was more than $199,000. That's nearly $25,000 more than her initial salary. Of that amount, the Sun says Governor O'Malley approved 3 merit raises totaling $15,000. The remaining balance came from 2 cost of living increases. The long-awaited trial of the man accused of gunning down a friendly high school student gets underway tomorrow. Akil Ings faces murder charges in connection with the shooting death of a rival gang member. Byron Scott has that story.
Jury selection began earlier today in the murder trial of Akil Ings. He's accused of killing a 16-year-old friendly high school student in January of last year. Now, here's a picture of the victim in this case. 16-year-old Marcus Jones was gunned down, investigators say, as he left a house party on January 20th of last year in the early morning hours. Now, the person charged with first-degree murder is Akil Ings. He was 17 at the time of the murder. Another person also charged with the crime, Quante Fisher, but those charges were dropped and he agreed to testify against Ings, but Fisher was later found dead. Now, police held a news conference not long after the murder. They say Ings and Jones were members of rival gangs.
Our ongoing investigation has revealed that rival gang members were present at a birthday party in a residential home. As tensions escalated at the party, additional gang members arrived, and we believe that these gang associations played a part in this tragic murder.
Again, jury selection began earlier today. Opening arguments expected tomorrow. At the courthouse, Byron Scott, CTV News.
Thank you, Byron, for that story. Well, tragedy struck one Suitland family Saturday afternoon when their 6-year-old daughter became entangled in window cords and was strangled to death. The Prince George's Fire Department has a few tips to prevent terrible accidents like this from happening. Officials say this one of the cords is the safest in the house. It has 2 strings with separate ends that keep it from looping, but cordless blinds are always the best ones to have if you have small children in your home.
Well, since 2005, it's been a work in progress to make sure that all blinds established in the country follow the same guidelines. So all the blind manufacturers came together and said, how do we make blinds safer? So they went to a toggle system where you have 2 independent strings instead of a continuous loop. You will not find any of the older style blinds on the market now. What you find is a lot of the older homes will have that. So what we want you to do is retrofit that and take those 2 loops and take it away, cut it in the middle, tie knots at the end if you have to, and that way you'll stop that continuous loop and you won't have a choking hazard anymore.
Sounds like good advice. The Prince George's Fire Department does offer free home safety inspections. You can visit their website, princegeorgescountymd.gov, for more details. Prince George's County Police are looking into whether speed played a role in a weekend accident that killed a Fort Washington man. The accident happened Sunday morning in the 8800 block of Oxon Hill Road. Investigators say the driver, 27-year-old Jeremy Garris, lost control of his SUV and slammed into a tree on the other side of the highway. The driver was pronounced dead at the scene. Police say he was not wearing a seatbelt. Prince George's Police Department is changing the way it does its photo lineups. The move is aimed at preventing innocent people from going to jail. Currently, witnesses are shown an array of photographs at one time and asked to identify a suspect. The new method, which begins this spring, requires detectives to show witnesses one photo at a time. Also, the person showing the photo must be unfamiliar with the case. Prince George's joins other jurisdictions around the country that have adopted this sort of procedure. Well, you're watching CTV News, and I'm Denise Douglas.